that I think I'd like to try with y'all, and just see how you feel. He said he likes voices, and I've actually done that for nearly 20 years. I've done quite a few, like, let's see, I like to do our current president right now, Barack Obama. I'm gonna have this cheeseburger, can I have a cheeseburger please, with lettuce, tomato, and Dijon mustard. Try him a little bit, he's gonna need a little work. I've also done George W. Bush, leader of the free world. There's an election next year? I'm not in it, am I? Oh, that's my brother. No, never mind. All right. Let's take it out there. But the one person who I've done for nearly 20 years has always been Bill Clinton. I did not have sexual relations. Well, maybe I did. I mean, he was drunk and I was dark and I thought it was you. Oh my gosh. I remember my first impression. And one thing about a good impression is that you have to have props. When I was 14 years old, it was my grandparents' reunion in New York City. So imagine this, all these Italians coming in there. We celebrate anything. It's like the Icky Woods commercial. And my dad, I bought this Bill Clinton mask, and I had to like literally open like the nose, holes in the nose, I could barely breathe. It's like the 90s and all that stuff doesn't really work. But anyway, he gives me this dumbass line. I love my dad, he's great, you know, he's my inspiration, but he can't tell a joke worth anything. He gives me like something like with McDonald's or something like that, because Bill Clinton always did that. And I'm sitting there and I'm struggling. And I actually feel like the biggest dumbass want to run off the stage until the dessert tray comes by. People come out with dessert trays, and then another tray comes by with burgers and steaks. And that's our main portion that we have there. And I just went devouring that. You remember that skit on Saturday Night Live? He's like, you want to have food there, ladies and gentlemen, it's getting intercepted by warlords. You know, this cheeseburger over here, warlords. You know, this wine, or maybe you could say it's a soda, you know, being washed down by the warlords. And I did that all day, and I remember this trip because then the next day I went up and down Jones Beach, trying to burn off the calories there. And I also had to piss on my feet a lot because I got stung by jellyfish like 4 times. But oh my gosh, I've always loved doing Bill Clinton, and I think I have my work cut out for him with Hillary in the race next year. But I'll tell you what, another person I've done with props, I'm not doing him right now because of all the dirty news about him, but it's Bill Cosby with the poor thing and the Johnny O. Oh my gosh. I lost about 20 pounds now because I don't have to, you know, have like 26 little puddings in there when I'm doing my routine. But yeah, I really don't want things thrown at me, so hopefully you don't have props. But anyway, what else is in the news right now that I could use? I mean, you know, enough about the background stuff. I mean, Wes was talking about the Attorney General nominee. Did you know it took 5 months to get her confirmed? Just imagine, he can't get anybody confirmed in his last 2 years. So I think he's going to do a reversal of 2008, where Hollywood went Washington. It's going to be Washington goes Hollywood. And I think the first person he ought to nominate is going to be Rocky Balboa. Nick, I don't know anything about the job here, man. What am I going to do? I'm going to fight 20 years. You want to get a job, Rocky? You have to put your socks up and get out there and kick the shit out of all those damn people that don't know what the hell they're doing in Washington. You really don't have to try. 2 characters I always loved growing up was Indiana Jones and Sean Connery. Oh gosh, another thing about my dad, he got me into that with James Bond, whatever, and I have that seared into my memory. James Bond, the best one, Sean Connery. I can just imagine like Secretary of Health and Human Services, Harrison Ford Beers, dun 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 dun. Dad, I wasn't made for this. Who's going to take over the classroom? You're like, Junior. You're not made for this. You should, but I'm too old to be on that. I'm going back to London home. Oh my goodness. Say hi to Bear House for me, and make sure you tell us what happens in the elections tomorrow, Chop. Oh my goodness. But anyway, who else is there? One person I've always liked is Al Pacino and Robert De Niro. You know Robert De Niro? I don't know who you mean, man. But you can't make anything complete without Al Pacino. You know, he has like eyes and nose comes down and does like these little punches. He always wears black clothes. He never wears anything else but black. Just imagine him like reading to little kids, his Secretary of Education, like a little elementary school. There were 3 bears, and I sure as hell would not want to be Goldilocks when I was around there. Boy. Oh, get me out of here. Anyway, I could go on all night if you give me time, but apparently time's not on my side. But let me just say that this may be the first time you see me doing my voices. With everything panning out with the election coming up for 2016, it sure as hell will not be the last. More to come. Thank you all so much.
We go for Merritt, y'all. Merritt Seal, yeah.